Alright folks, this is my 2002 Nissan Xterra. Redid the head gaskets and put a new timing belt on it and all that good stuff. Now the only other thing I have to do is go ahead and use this timing light and verify that we have the correct timing on the crankshaft pulley, which is right down there. You can kind of see that. See some marks down there on that pulley. There's a little pointer there. I'll show you how to do that on this Nissan Xterra. Pretty easy to do. Now what we want to do first is go ahead and make sure the vehicle is up to operating temperature. We want to make sure the lights are off. All accessories inside are off because we don't want to have the engine revving up a little higher than it should be because the electrical system is under load and the alternator has to work a little harder because your computer will detect that and it will adjust for idle. So we want the engine just to be idling at operating temperature before we do this test. Now one thing that may help you out quite a bit, and I use this here if you don't have a marking pen or a marker, I use fingernail polish. You can get this for $1 at the dollar store. Works quite well. And on my Nissan Xterra, if I go down here kind of close, you will see there is a mark right there on the pointer. I painted it white also. On the crankshaft pulley we have 5 marks. The middle mark is 10 degrees before top dead center. When the engine is running up to operating temperature, we want to take our little light tool, our light gun, and point at that and verify that that pointer is pointing on that center mark as it idles when the temperature is operating at normal. Now, there's a little nut right here. The light here just right for you guys. Let's see, there it is, right back there. There's a little bolt, little nut. What I have to do is take a wrench in there and tighten that down just a little bit. For now I have it just loose enough where I can put my hand on the distributor and turn it and verify our mark is where we want it. And here is our little light tool, timing tool. You can get these for about $25. These are our lifesavers, and this will verify that your engine is perfect because when we first put the timing belt on, we actually verify that that mark, the timing pointer there, is actually on the very first mark, which is top dead center. When we put the belt on and we actually time it up. Now the reason we want to go ahead and put this to top 10 degrees before top dead center is because the computer wants to have the engine running at a different timing when it warms up to operating temperature. So those are actually 2 different things you need to do, and they are kind of separate from timing. So what we're going to do is go ahead and start the car up. Alright, so we are at operating temperature. I think you can see that right there. And on my scan tool it says 195 degrees. And also some of the other codes here. We cleared all those since we put our head gaskets on. And our fuel trims are pretty much in spec. So we are good to go there. And so now we're going to shut the lights off. We'll leave it running. And also, I can actually come out here now, stand by the vehicle, and the exhaust will not burn your eyes. It's not running rich like it was before. It's actually got that nice sweet smell to it when the exhaust comes out, and it tells me that the engine is running pretty good. Alright, so what we're going to do, we got the engine running, and I've got my hand here on the distributor, and sometimes you got to be careful. You can get actually a good kick here, so make sure your wires are actually in good shape. And here we'll grab our timing light, and we got our lead here on the number 1 wire, the distributor, number 1 cylinder, which is right here, and we got our hot and negative cables there hooked up. And basically this is all this is. It pulses light when number 1 cylinder spark wire fires. So let's go ahead and see what we got down here. And it looks like our timing's actually in pretty good shape. I'll make just a little bit of adjustment here, and I can't do this and hold the camera at the same time. I'm going to turn this just a tiny bit, not much. It's running pretty good. Let's see what we got now. By golly, that looks like it's right in the center to me, the center mark. 10 degrees before top dead center. I think we're just going to leave it right there. It doesn't take much to turn that distributor. If you turn it just not even 1/8 of an inch, it will turn the timing off about 10 degrees. So, yeah. just right for you. Let me see if I can get it just right so you can see that. I think we'll just leave it right there, and that's all there is to it. Then you take your, on this one here, it takes a 12mm ratchet. You can actually get up under here and tighten it down. Now make sure when you do this, that this is not really loose, because if this distributor is up just a little bit, when you tighten this back down, it's going to turn the distributor a little bit, and that timing is going to be off. So make sure that this is as snug as it can be, and where you can just kind of barely turn it. You don't want it really loose, because if you tighten it down too much, then your timing will be off. Then when you're done, put that nut, tighten that down, take your tool, and just verify that you're happy where it is, because you never know, you can actually turn that distributor a little bit. And we're right on top dead center, and our job is done. And you know your engine is running to spec the way it was from the factory, and you'll get many years of service out of your Xterra 3.3. Of course, different Nissans are different, so you'll have to do your research, verify that your timing is correct. And just to show you really quick, we'll turn the lights on here, and we'll turn the fan on, and we'll put the engine under load a little bit. And I'll show you that the timing will now change a little bit. This is why it's important that the engine has to idle with everything off. And can you see that? The timing has actually changed a little bit. It's actually turned just a little bit, so just something that you want to keep in mind. Now if I rev the engine up, watch the timing, it will change. This is why you have to have it idling before you do the timing. See how the idle changes the timing? So it looks like our timing is perfect. Okay guys, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know where you're watching from and say hi. And until my next video guys, I will see you later.